Eddie Hearn has called out what he sees as unfair treatment of fighters, and Eddie Hearn has said that Crawford vs. Ennis is the best fight that can happen in boxing right now. In response, Terence Crawford called Yaron Ennis out for a fight and made fun of Yaron Ennis's impressive fifth-round knockout of David Avanesian in a tweet. According to Hearn, the fight between Crawford and Boots is the best fight ever. He said that he would like Boots to join at 147 pounds before going up to 150 pounds, pointing out that they have to move up to a heavier weight class eventually.
Crawford against Boots is the best fight in boxing. I mean, unquestionable. But before Boots goes to 54, I would really like to see him unify at 147, and that will be a tough job for us, but one that you'll see tomorrow night we can deliver with a crowd like this.
As part of the deal, Ennis will fight British organizer Hearn. Their first fight together will take place this Saturday night. Crawford will defend his IBF welterweight world title against David Avanesian, even though the result wasn't what he had hoped for. Ennis, who was the interim IBF champion at the time, took Crawford's championship belt, which he had held from the WBA, WBC, and WBO. Since Ennis is now fighting in a higher weight 8 class, Crawford no longer has the belt. Israil Madrimov is the current WBA super welterweight champion of Afghanistan. Crawford will fight him on August 3rd, even though Hearn, who also manages Madrimov, thinks Madrimov has a chance against Crawford. He also says that Crawford is the clear favorite.
I think that I really like Madrimov's chances against Crawford, so Crawford is obviously a big fight.
The promoter then stated that they want to schedule the fight when Boots has accomplished everything possible at 147 BS. Hearn said he was surprised that Boots could make 147 pounds because he weighed 146 pounds at the weigh-in on Friday. He also mentioned that Boots' father and trainer Busanis commented that he thinks Boots could potentially make 140 pounds.
But at the same time, you want to do it when he's achieved everything that he can achieve at 147. I've got to be honest, like being around him and seeing the size of him, I was quite surprised that he makes 147 like he does. But the weigh-in this morning, he was 146, and Bosie was like, I actually think he could make 140. I'm like, and he didn't look dry. His face wasn't drawn in the slightest, and that was, when I look at him, he believes he can go up to 168 eventually. So I think you're going to see someone like Yaron Ennis definitely move to 54, definitely move to 60 over time. But I don't like to make the move without...
Hearn added that Boots appeared moist and his face showed no signs of dehydration. He mentioned that Boots think he can eventually move up to 168 pounds, indicating that he will likely transition to 150 pounds and then 160 pounds in the future. However, Hearn stressed the importance of clearing up the division before making such moves. He added that while Boots has won a world championship, it would be a shame if he didn't unify the titles given his ability. Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight world champion, who will be challenging for the Israil Madrimov WBC junior middleweight world title on August 3rd, had something to say about that. Crawford, the top pound-for-pound fighter on many critics' lists, also laughed off a fan vowing that Bud won't fight Boots. He posted, "World-class fighter now, hon. My double standards are crazy. Eddie Hearn, you talk good. This sharp jab wasn't just a nod to Ennis's win. It was a direct challenge to the inconsistencies in the boxing world." Crawford's words have sparked talks in the boxing community, pointing out how promoters might favor some fighters over others. His tweet brings to light the behind-the-scenes politics that can affect a boxer's career. By openly challenging Hearn, Crawford ensures that the issues of fairness and recognition in boxing stay in the spotlight, keeping fans engaged and talking. Yaron Ennis was told about the tweet during the press conference, where he replied with a clear call-out for a fight. He has been reportedly calling Terence Crawford for a potential bout with no official statement from Terence, yet this was the bout that solidified his standing as a top contender in the welterweight division. Yaron Ennis delivered a standout performance, easily stopping David Avanesian and dominating the fight from start to finish. Eddie Hearn, the promoter for Ennis, was clearly taken aback by Terence Crawford's critical remarks following this impressive display during a press conference. Hearn strongly praised Ennis, highlighting his exceptional skills and rapid ascent within the welterweight ranks. His comments echoed the widespread sentiment regarding Ennis' dominance and promise in the sport.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Boots is the best welterweight in the world. I mean, tell me a better welterweight than Boots Ennis. Impossible. There isn't one. So he's the best welterweight in the world. I mean, we just finished a FaceTime with His Excellency, who asked me, will we make the Crawford fight? And the answer, Boots said to him, send the contract. So Terence Crawford, if he gets past Madrimov on August 3rd, will have the chance to see if Boots is a world-class fighter. And I think if Canelo Alvarez doesn't fight Terence Crawford, which I don't think he will, I believe you're going to see Boots Ennis against Crawford if he beats Madrimov in 2025.
However, after this mind-blowing performance against Ennis, the possibility of a fight between Yaron Ennis and Terence Crawford has been increasing with every passing day. Like Turki Alalshik has recently declared on his X that he has talked to the promoters and the fighter congratulated them for their tremendous and is looking forward to this big fight. Turki Alalshik has been involved in boxing for a long time now and has currently made big fights happen during Riyadh season, which captured the attention of fans across the world. He has been constantly making well-selling fights and said on X, "I just reached out to boxer Yaron Ennis and Eddie Hearn to congratulate him on his win, and I'd love to see Ennis in fight with Crawford and weight 150 for soon." Eddie Hearn talked about this conversation at Yaron vs. David's post-fight news conference. He hinted at a fight between Terence Crawford and Yaron Boots Ennis. Hearn stated that he had just finished a FaceTime call with His Excellency Turki Alalshik and talked about arranging a fight between Boot and Butts. Hearn explained, "We just finished a FaceTime with His Excellency who asked me if we will make the Crawford fight. And the answer I said to him was to send a contract so Terence Crawford, if he gets past Madrimov on August 3rd, we'll have the chance to see if Boots is a world-class fighter." According to Hearn, there are factors that need to be met to make the Crawford vs. Ennis fight happen. Hearn not only set the stage for a highly anticipated fight, but also outlined the necessary conditions for it to occur, emphasizing the matchup importance in the sport with strong conviction. He also mentioned the possible involvement of Canelo Alvarez, but expressed doubts about that matchup happening. Hearn added, "And I think if Canelo Alvarez doesn't fight Terence Crawford, which I don't think he will, I believe you're going to see Boots Ennis against Crawford if he beats Madrimov in the first quarter of 2025. While on the other hand, Crawford has given multiple statements showing no 2-0 interest in the fight. Crawford has clearly stated that at this stage of his career he is looking for bigger names to fight with. To him, this fight won't bring him much money in business, which is his utmost priority at this time.
Boots is the mandatory. He's calling you out now.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. I win, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready." You got the experience over him. You got so much more than this kid that never been tested before, you know, because we always seen him win a fashionate way, you know, to where we say, "Oh man, he's cold, he's skillful," but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. Me fighting Boots, not a mega fight. I'm looking for a big challenge. Not taking anything away from Boots, but where I am at in my career right now, all my ass off to get to where I am. And I deserve to do whatever the fuck I want.
Even Terence has compared Yaron with his old self too. He respects the skills and the mark that Yaron Ennis has gained in his boxing career, but the only thing that is keeping him from getting into the ring against him is his business.
Completely on Errol. But do you look at Jaron and say, "Yo, look, man, I gotta fight this dude. He's fighting his ass off. Everybody praising him. That's the dude I need to fight maybe after the rematch." I always said Boots was a great talent. I always told everybody that I supported him. I've been supporting him since he was in the amateurs when he was fighting Gary Russell. You know, I always supported him because they always said he remind them so much of me. But seeing him, you know, I kind of see myself in him, and yes, he deserved a title shot. He deserved it all, you know. But you know, his time will come. But right now, you know, business is business.
Well, now Terence is all set to face Israil Madrimov in the ring on the 3rd of August in La. Israil Madrimov got his name as he kicked off his professional career on November 24, 2018 with a clash-in with Vladimir Hernandez in New Jersey, where he fought for the then-vacant WBA Intercontinental Super Welterweight title. Fast forward to March 8, 2024. In Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Madrimov secured a victory by stopping Magain Kurbanov in the 5th round. Claiming the vacant WBA Super Welterweight Championship, Eddie Hearn during the fight press conference and face-off has praised Israil Madrimov and called him the best fighter in the world. He declared that he was here to show the world the skills and power he has.
The man to my left, this guy is super elite. You know, when he won the world title with ease in Riyadh, to take your first defense against Terence Crawford shows you what he's all about. I promise you, this guy will bring everything to this fight. This is a very dangerous.
Following his rise in the boxing world, Madrimov was honored in Tashkent by the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, who gave him with the keys to a Chevrolet Tahoe. In a recent development on April 20, 2012, it was reported that Madrimov is set to make his first defense of the WBA super welterweight title against Crawford on August 3, 2024, in Los Angeles, California.
Israil, the best 154-pounder in the division right now. So why not go for the top guy in the division right off the bat?
Not only is Crawford excited about the fight, but he also thinks Israil Madrimov is one of the best fighters he is going to face in the near future. Israil Madrimov might give him the hardest of the competitions yet due to his fast footwork, power punches, and elusiveness.
He's strong. I didn't fought strong people before. He got good footwork. I didn't fought people with good footwork before. Elusiveness. I didn't fought people that's elusiveness.
Terence Bud Crawford himself is an accomplished American professional boxer who has won world championships across 3 weight divisions, from lightweight to welterweight. Notably, Crawford has held the undisputed championship titles at both light welterweight and welterweight. He started his professional career on March 14, 2008, with a first-round knockout of Brian Cummings on October 26, 200-17. Crawford made a major career move by vacating his WBO title to step up to the welterweight class, most recently on December 10, 2022, at the Chi Health Center in Omaha, where he faced top contender David Avanesian. Crawford delivered a decisive right hand to Avanesian's jaw, securing a victory by stoppage in the 6th round. This fight has been compared with that of Ennis versus Terence. Madrimov has taken Madrimov fight seriously because, at the end of his career, he doesn't want to attach small names with him. He wants to leave a legacy that has never been left before. Well, it is in the ring business or outside, in the general world.
Leave a legacy that's never been left before. You know, inside and outside the ring. Business minded, just helping the young fighters coming up, you know, giving them the courage and the outlet that the fighters before me never gave to us, you know, and at the same time, be at the top on my game as well.
Roy Jones Jr., a legendary boxer known for his various world titles across different weight classes, praised Terence Bud Crawford's performance, and Gold Jones emphasized Crawford's ability to excel as he moves up in weight, showing his versatility and drive to achieve greatness. His admiration for Crawford's continuous ascent in the boxing world highlights Crawford's drive to take on new challenges and solidify his reputation in the sport. Jones stated, "I think Bud wins the fight. It's a good fight, and I love the fact that he's moving up to 154. He keeps climbing the ladder and doing great things." Aaron McKenna is a rising star in the boxing game. He has been fighting with Terence Crawford in the gym a lot lately. He offered his views on the potential matchup involving Terence Crawford because of his first-hand experience with Crawford, and after the sparring, Crawford praised his skills and understanding of the sport. McKenna stressed the significant gap in skill between Crawford and his opponents. His words highlighted Crawford's exceptional skills, tactical prowess and power, suggesting that Crawford's dominance could lead to a stoppage in the fight. McKenna said he's a good boxer, but he's not on a level of Terence Crawford. "I think Terence is a big step up in class. He's a very good fighter, a great technical fighter, and he's strong as well. He's got power, so I wouldn't be surprised if he stops him." He talked about his experience in the ring with him and said that despite his age and experience, he is still fast and not a piece of cake for the opponent to face.
Unreal experience. I can see why he is pound for pound, and he's such a smart fighter, and he's always thinking of trying to set you up every time you're in the ring with him, and unreal experience for me going into the next fight. Like, this is the sparring I need to progress me to the next level, and it was great sparring.
Ennis' brother Stephen McKenna also came to Vegas just for a training session with Terence Crawford. Stephen has been in boxing for years now and has sparred big names like Lomachenko. As well, he compared the Loma and Buds and stated now he knows why Buds is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. He said Crawford is a special fighter. To share the ring with him is an unbelievable experience. You know, I fought a lot of good fighters over the years. I'm very experienced, and Crawford definitely stands out as the best I've sparred with Lomachenko before as well, and when I was an amateur the sparring was like a chess match with him, but you know Crawford is next level, he's the best, his words underscored. Crawford's exceptional talent and how sparring with him was a unique and superior experience compared to other top fighters like Lomachenko. Stephen McKenna also discussed the unique talent of Terence Crawford, emphasizing the importance of staying alert against him due to his knockout power. Having experienced Crawford's prowess firsthand, he highlighted the danger Crawford poses in the ring. He then added, Crawford, he's got power like you can't imagine. You can't switch off against Crawford. If you switch off, it's lights out. He has the kind of power to end a fight in the blink of an eye. You can see in his fights he ends them just like that, so you have to stay switched on at all times. You can't switch off even when the fight has been hyped and talked about in media everywhere. Eddie Hearn has shown worrying that his fighter, Israil Madrimov, has been overlooked. He found people have been talking about Yaron Canelo and what is coming in the future for Crawford. In all this chaos, Israil Madrimov has lost the attention where he deserves it all. He is the best P for P and best puncher in the world. And at this stage of his career, with so much effort and very little time, he has gained so much that he is going to face the best fighter in the world.
They're massively overlooked. I mean, I actually sent His Excellency a message yesterday and I said, I'm really sorry to ruin your plans for Terence Crawford, because all people are talking about is what happens next. Canelo Alvarez, Boots, Ennis. But Israil Madrimov, I think, is the toughest test so far of his career. Up at 154 pounds. He's a huge light middleweight, super welterweight, punches very, very hard, has tremendous movement, good boxing IQ, outstanding amateur pedigree as well. This is a real fight, and we like our spot in this fight. Overlooked, the underdog, but with Uzbek power, and he's ready to knock Terence Crawford.
Eddie Hearn discussed Israil Madrimov's upcoming challenge, emphasizing the strategies he needed to apply against Terence Crawford. Hearn recognized Crawford's exceptional skills while also highlighting Madrimov's potential. He emphasized the importance of Madrimov leveraging his unique skills to compete successfully against Crawford, who is widely regarded as one of the best fighters in the sport. Hearn said he has to be smart with it, but he has to use his assets, his movement, his angles, and his power as well. But Terence Crawford is an excellent standing fighter. He highlighted Madrimov's confidence support system and the immense national pride backing him, saying that these factors could inspire Madrimov to rise to the occasion and achieve a monumental victory. He said Madrimov is a big underdog in this fight, but he's a divs underdog, someone who is very comfortable and confident in that ring, believes in himself, and thinks that victory is upon him. He had a great team of people as well and a whole country behind him. Every time Israil Madrimov went home, he was already like a prince, but this was going to turn him into the king. The two fighters are no doubt the kings of their own weight classes, but now that one is moving up to meet the other, the competition has touched the sky. Freddie Rowe, a famous boxing trainer, compared the two fighters by highlighting Madrimov's toughness but emphasizing Crawford's experience and tactical rowing. Rook's insight came from years of observing and training elite fighters, and he recognized the significant challenge Madrimov faced. Rook said Madrimov is a tough rival, but Crawford's being experienced and tactical gives him the edge. This is Crawford's fight to lose. Madrimov should put more effort here. He noted that Madrimov, with only 9 professional fights, was facing a seasoned and highly accomplished fighter like Crawford, which is rare in boxing where fighters typically build their careers gradually before taking on such challenges. Rowe's comparison underscored the faith Madrimov's camp had in him and the potential they saw for his boxing career, suggesting that while Madrimov had promise, he needed to elevate his game to fight with someone of Crawford's ilk. Timothy Bradley, a former world champion and now boxing commentator, also gave his insights. Bradley's viewpoint was shaped by his own experiences in the ring and his analytical approach to boxing. He talked about Crawford's better ring control and tactical awareness, predicting that these factors would play a decisive role in the fight. Bradley acknowledged Madrimov's talent and determination, but thought that Crawford's experience and strategic skills would eventually lead to a close, hard-fought victory. Bradley said this will be a tough fight for both boxers, but Crawford's ability to control the pace and distance will be important. I see Crawford winning by a close vote. Both fighters will show themselves the best, but there can only be one winner. Madrimov is an interesting fighter with a lot of heart, but Crawford's ring generalship will be the key. Terence Crawford, considered the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world, was returning to the ring after becoming the undisputed welterweight champion in 2023. Despite not having fought since then, Crawford was set to face WBA super welterweight champion Israil Madrimov on August 3rd. Aiming to win gold in another division, this matchup was highly anticipated, showing Crawford's continued ambition and Madrimov's rapid rise in the boxing world. Teddy Atlas breaks down the style of Terence in the ring and how it is his ability to slow down the game that makes him stand out from the crowd. He mentioned that when he slows down the game, he can see the things that other people in the ring are not capable of seeing at that speed.
Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down, where other people don't see it. And that's what makes his timing so special. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's.
He said he then emphasized the importance of challenging oneself to find untapped potential, which according to him among the present fighters is only present in buds. He highlighted the idea of self-discovery and pushing personal limits, using a metaphor to describe how facing tough challenges can reveal new strengths and capabilities within oneself. He claimed, "I want the fight now because I really want to see where I'm supposed to be. I want to see what rooms I can open up in my house that I haven't opened up yet, and to find out what's in that room." He emphasized Crawford's rare hunger and willingness to face formidable opponents, underscoring his belief in Crawford's exceptional drive and ability to rise to the moment. Atlas's admiration for Crawford's mindset and talent was obvious, marking Crawford as a fighter who constantly seeks to test and prove himself. Atlas continued, "There's only one way that you can do that, by challenging yourself with special abilities. Very few people have the appetite for that, desire for that. Miss Crawford, he does, and I'm never going against that guy with all these views, predictions, and C's." Where do you stand? Are you Team Crawford or Team Terence for the August 3rd?